Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about the unit on your screen here. It is the specialty change version of Alexa, Summer's Disciple Alexa. Now a lot of people thought that this unit would actually be a limited hero for Summer, but it is just a specialty change unit. But you're going to see with the changes that she gets, she actually is going to be pretty strong for a lot of PvE content, notably like Wyvern and Fire Expedition. So yes, this is her artwork guys. If you guys are very curious in what she looks like, you guys can check out the video on the main Epic 7 YouTube channel. I'm not going to go over too much about it because yeah, we're just here to talk about the skills and whether she'll be good or not. So yes, the first thing that happens with specialty change units guys is their skill, or one skill, will actually get completely buffed, and that is going to be Alexa's S3. So you're going to see Crushing Blow now turns into Glistening Summer Spike, kind of volleyball themed, and basically it's the same thing, but she also gets an attack buff. Now the attack buff might seem, whatever, because it's just one buff added to a skill, but you're going to see from the runes that she gets that she is going to be a complete menace in, Fire Expedition and like Wyvern. So yeah, pretty cool. Now let's look at her other runes that got changed. So there's going to be a lot of changes here, but the first ones you're going to see are going to be her stats. So she's going to get attack buff, she's going to get an HP buff, and a crit damage buff. So she's getting 10% attack, 20% HP, which is pretty nice. Actually, that's 15% HP, and also 5% crit damage. So just more damage, nothing too crazy. And the bulk is nice for, I guess, like Fire Expedition if you're trying not to die, And also we're going to get unique buffs here. So you get a rune for your allies that will increase everyone's attack by 2.5%. You're also going to get another rune which, if the attacker that attacks you has a debuff, you will get decreased damage suffered by 20%. Math is hard guys. 20%. So yes, you're getting 20% less damage from the attacker if they have a debuff. So pretty cool for bosses that have a lot of debuffs. Nothing too crazy though. The fruition rune, the one that gives everyone attack, is pretty cool though. 2.5% attack might seem like nothing, but for your entire team is going to be a 10% attack boost. So yeah. Next we have her S3. So these are the skill runes. Her S3 is going to also do damage based on the target's max HP, similar to Daydream Joker guys. So it's going to be very, very good against Wyvern. It's going to be even stronger against defense broken targets. It's not going to really work in Fire Expedition because Expedition bosses don't get affected by target max HP, but mostly for Wyvern guys, this is going to be very, very nice. And also you're going to see that when her S3 crits, you're actually going to decrease the cooldown of the S3 by 1 turn. So that's pretty cool because you're always going to be critting, right, when you're in PvE. So you can just pretty much think of this as a cooldown reduction on the skill. Now you're going to see that her S3 actually seems very decent now for Wyvern, right? Usually in the past, when people ran Alexa on their Wyvern team, they would actually run her with skills off, not because her S2 was bad. Her S2 is very good, but because her S3 actually did a lot less damage than her S1. With the changes though, her S3 actually does more damage, especially on defense broken targets. So it's actually way more worth it to actually, keep the skills on now. So you're going to see in this sample preview here that we have Alexa S3ing into a target and defense broken boss here. Keep in mind that Alexa's gear is not optimized in this run. She has 10k HP, meaning that, she has a lot of wasted subs here, right? She's not going to be like full damage. And you're going to see that the damage she does, 67k, is pretty decent for a 3-star unit, right? To hit that much with a Sigret, you're going to need a lot better gear than Alexa will need. So Alexa is a very, very good budget option for Wyvern now. Now we have her S2 rune. So you're going to see that her S2 will also just do more damage flat. That's pretty good actually. It might not seem like it's that important because you're using this mostly for the poison, but her S2 actually does a lot of damage on defense broken targets. It's actually very surprising. Sometimes when you're looking at your run with your Alexa running, you're going to see when she S2s, sometimes it does like almost 1.5 times of one of the S1 procs damage, so basically like 70% of the S1 damage. It's very, very interesting. This is going to make it do more damage. It also will kind of make it so that you definitely don't want to turn skills off, because you'll also be getting an additional CR push now. Instead of a 30% CR push, you'll get a 50% with Alexa. So very, very nice. I think this will make it so you definitely want to keep her skills on. You're going to see here when you S2 into defense broken target, 30k, 31k. It's actually crazy damage, right? So very, very nice. You also have that poison to do damage over time and apply debuffs as well. Next, you're going to see your S1 rune. Basically, they're just changing it so when you S1, you will also get CR. This is why I think she might be better in Fire Expedition now, because you definitely need the CR to actually, be able to be used in Fire Expedition. So yeah, pretty cool change. I think she's going to be very, very fun to use. Now, do I think she will be, definitely necessary for Wyvern? So here's my take, guys. I know that Sigret is the best DPS for Wyvern in the game, right? And Alexa was a very close second for a long while. It was just that Alexa didn't provide enough debuffs, because if you wanted Alexa to match Sigret's damage, guys, you needed to turn her skills off. But now with the buffs, you can, and the specialty change, I mean, you can actually keep her with skills on. She'll do very similar damage, and the best part is that she actually does not require any more Agora. She requires less investment in catalysts, and honestly, you can keep her at 5 stars, whereas Sigret at 5 stars is a lot less damage, because Alexa's damage mostly is going to be coming from Daydream Joker on her S1. So what I think, guys, is I think Alexa is actually a lot better for early game players now. Now, you can still use Sigret, but I would actually personally recommend using Alexa in the early game instead of Sigret. Pair her with Mui and Furious, and you should have enough debuffs for sure. And also, you know, she requires way less gear to be more effective. Sure, in the end game, once you get a lot better gear, Sigret will start to outshine Alexa. But until then, you can just keep Alexa at 5 stars. You know, keep her, you know, very low investment. You can save your Molagora for your PvP units, or whatever units you want to build. And you can use her in Wyvern. She'll be just as good, if not a little bit better, because Alexa works better on worse gear. So I definitely think that Alexa is going to be a very, very powerful, you know, specialty change unit for the newer players out there. I think a lot of older players are kind of looking at this specialty change and being like, oh, this seems pretty awful, right? But honestly, I think this is very good for newer players, because, you know, everyone used Alexa in the past, and now that she's getting reworked again and people are seeing that you kind of need Sigret for Wyvern, you actually get more freedom in choosing what units you want now. So yeah, I think Smilegate trying to make it so you definitely don't need Sigret anymore to do Wyvern. That's why they released units like Mui and stuff like that. But, you know, for sure, you know, I definitely think Summer Disciple Alexa can definitely be a replacement for Sigret now, and I definitely recommend newer players to build her. She is extremely powerful. She does a lot of single target damage. You know, she is very low investment, like I said, and the best part is she just costs no Molagora. Also, it's really easy to imprint her, so you'll be getting bonus stats from that as well, because she's a 3-star. So I think just using her over Sigret, guys, will be a lot better in the long run for newer players. And then later on, once you get better gear, or once you want to start one-shotting Wyvern, guys, you can actually switch to Sigret. Or if you're even like a mid-game player, right, and you're using Sigret right now, you can actually switch out your Sigret for Summer Disciple Alexa and use your Sigret in PvP right now. But she's not great in PvP, but, you know, she's still usable as a cleaver, single target cleaver. But yeah, I think Summer Disciple X is pretty cool unit, guys, and I think, you know, you guys should definitely be happy that she is, you know, coming as a specialty change unit, because now you get a lot more options in your Wyvern team. You can actually make a completely free-to-play team now with Alexa, Furious, Mui, and Angelica, and I think that will be, you know, one of the best teams for, you know, saving resources and actually being able to clear Wyvern pretty quickly. So yeah, that was kind of a long rant on why I think this unit's good, guys, but I really do think she's really powerful. I think if you're newer to the game and you're still building your Wyvern team, you can actually use her instead of Alexa. Just run her with Mui, Furious, and Angelica, and you're good to go. So that being said, we'll be talking about Vivian in another video. Keep your eyes out for that, and I'll see you guys next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, leave a like and a comment to help me guys out, and I will see you guys next video. Peace.